All right. Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode for our Faithful Podcast. This is a special edition episode on Christmas. How
Christmas
we
Eve.
doing, Deon? Still waking up over here, but we all good over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How we doing, Deon?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Up early in the morning, man. Getting the tea started. Got the breakfast rolling. Everything copacetic, baby.
Nice. There you go. I just
Right.
barely woke up, getting ready for the game today. I'm pretty excited for it.
Oh yeah, man. I'm more than excited for the shit, bro. I'm like dying. Like I'm ready for this game to start
Mm-hmm.
um, and get rolling in the right way, man. Because we are definitely gonna make sure that we are. That we're good on this game. I don't see any issues or any problems with it. I feel like it's gonna definitely be it's definitely gonna be a beautiful situation for us. You know what I'm saying? Give me a sec.
Yes, sir. Um. Well, let's jump right into it. So we face the Commanders today at 105.
Yes, sir.
And we got Bashar in the building. How we doing, my guy?
Yeah, he said he woke up an hour ago. He probably gonna go back to sleep.
I feel it, man. I feel it.
Yeah, he likes the hoodie though.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. So we know the Commanders' defense is pretty good. They're eighth in the rush, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Let me take a look real quick.
All right.
Find my good friend NFL.com.
Right.
And take a look at the stats and whatnot, because NFL.com usually gives you a better view of stats. ESPN sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the cool thing is you can just look at team stats and you can go offensive or defensive. So flipping to the defense right now as we speak. So
what's going on, Cowboy Angel? Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Early morning. There it is. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Go Niners. So when it comes to passing defense, we are number 1. And the Commanders look to be, I believe, number 11. Let me see.
Okay.
No, they're number 12. My bad. I was one off. Yeah, they are considered to be 12th in the league in pass defense, which is definitely pretty good. I mean, hell, it's top 15. Usually when you're top 15 in defense, it means you're doing something right, or you found the correct players to be able to help you out with that. Of course, the 49ers are number 1 in that category. When it comes to rushing defense, trying to take a look at everything, that's where they have us in that aspect, which is kind of weird because we're pretty good again. Oh, nope. Dang old NFL.com, man. It updated properly. So we are number 1. We only give up 3.4 yards per carry. We've only given up 9 rushing touchdowns. And the Commanders, they're number 12 again. Same thing. They give up 4.4 yards a carry. So what's going on, J.R. Meadows? Oh, dang. He got a bold prediction. He plays game.
He does.
He said Niners 31, Commanders 3. So he basically said we coming in and kick their teeth in. Chase Young, you don't exist. He said Mike McGlinchey finna be a baller today.
With broken ribs.
Right? Okay. You know what? I ain't mad at it, man. What's going on, Dave? What's going on, Roy Boy? So, yeah, talk about it, man, while I stir up this skillet hash that I got cooking. I might show y'all a little something, your boy down in the kitchen. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, talk to him.
All right. So another thing, too, is it did rain over here over the night. So I wasn't expecting that. So that's so I'm wondering if it's going to rain a little later, but hopefully it doesn't. But other than that, Chase Young is back for the Commanders and will be playing today. And people were like, how many snaps is he going to get? And I guarantee you it's probably only going to be like 15 snaps. He's going to be limited for sure. It's his first game back, Same thing with Javon Kinlaw. He will be playing today as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably limited on his snaps too. But what do you think the kid has to look out for um, from the Washington's defense, and what does he have to do to succeed against this defense?
Honestly, he just has to be very mindful where he puts the ball. What people have noticed about Purdy, and some people have said it, some people have not, is that he's kind of been bailed out by a couple of called back interceptions
Mm-hmm.
based off of penalties. So he has thrown a few picks. He has thrown some questionable footballs, and it's not a negative thing. Um, yeah, I'm having a hashback. Yeah, man. Nah, so just a side story real quick. Me and my woman like to eat at First Watch. It's a real nice restaurant, man. It's got great food. They try to err on the caution of natural and whatnot. It's not a vegan place, but they try to be as natural as possible. The food is great there. There is a skillet hash that they create. We found out the ingredients and just figured we could create it on our own. And I like to cook, so got in the kitchen and I created my own, man. I'm about to throw a little the Mexican cheese on there, the 3 cheese joint. Bruh,
That's
it's gonna be
fire.
straight fire.
That
So
is
he just has to be very mindful of where he puts the ball. The reason being is because this pass defense, contrary to it being 12th in the league, is still very formidable, man. When I was looking at the numbers and the stats last night when I was doing the show, it is a situation where these guys truthfully do have some straight up ball hawks. Now, there's not a ton of interceptions, but there are a lot of passive defense, damn it. And this is on both sides of the ball, which is why I feel like this game could go to a defensive struggle to an extent because they are not playing games. You know what I'm saying? Like they come and they knock the ball down just as we do. Like we have some guys out there that are making some things happen for the Commanders, and you got to give them respect. Kendall Fuller's over there. They got a young safety out there that's balling. Trying to pull up their stats right now. If you want to pull up the 49ers, that'll be great.
yeah.
We can compare and contrast and take a look because we got a few things to look at. So for Brock Purdy right now, the guy that has the most passive defense on that team is Kendall Fuller. And Kendall Fuller is no joke. We all know Kendall Fuller is a baller. He is definitely great at it. The next guy is Benjamin St. Juste. He's got 7 passive defense. You got a cornerback named Danny Johnson with 5 passive defense, and he has a pick. Kendall Fuller's got 2 interceptions. Derek Forrest, the safety for them, has 7 passive defense, 3 interceptions. So, and then when you just keep going down it, Will Jackson III, 2 passes defense. Rashad looks like Wild Goose, 3 passes defense. When you just look up and down most of their starters, they are knocking the ball down, whether it be safeties or even possibly linebackers. Now, that's where he has to be very careful because they do have him throwing the ball a lot. We would hope that they would have him not throw as much due to the rib injury, but he's had more than enough time off. They'll probably try to put a little bit more on his plate here and there and continue to ramp him up. But that's what I would say he needs to look for as far as this pass defense is concerned, making sure he puts the ball in spots where those DBs and safeties cannot get to it because they knock that ball down on a continual basis. Now, if you want, go ahead and go over our guys and our passes defense and interceptions. We know Huff leads the team with 4 picks, but we got some formidable talent too. So it ain't like, Mr. Heineke over there is going to have a field day. What do we got, Brandon?
So, like you said, Huff does lead in interceptions with 4, and Gibson has 2. Jimmy Ward has 2.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Bosa leading in sacks with 15.5. The one below that would be Sosa with 4.5, and then Uminahu with 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're looking at tackles. We're looking at Dre Greenlaw leading the pack with 75 tackles.
Yeah.
And Fred Warner with 61.
Yeah,
And then
go to those passes defense though, because
right.
if people don't know, it's gonna blow their minds. If you're on ESPN.com, it's right in that column. Just bring all the stats up, and you can scroll down and find them. The passes defense are flat out insane, and I think Fred's got a ton.
Pass defense. This is passes defended, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Um, Fred has 10,
yeah. And that's coming from
and
a linebacker. That's all pro Fred,
that's
y'all. That's
crazy.
middle linebacker to have 10. Looks like Mooney has 11. Huff
Mm-hmm.
has 8. Diamador Lenore has 3. And he has, technically speaking, I don't care what nobody says, Diamador Lenore has 2 touchdowns and he has 1 return for a TD because that was the most BS fucking roughing the passer penalty on on Nick Bosa that I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
These penalties are just getting outrageous at this point, and they need to fix that shit. And they need to fix it ASAP because you can't have things like that coming back. And that's yes, they did. That oddly enough ties into the history of the Native Americans that came from here in America. I think they even had a brand literally called Red Man tobacco. There's a lot of stuff that ties back into that history, even with that horrible name that was there for years that we all kind of disregarded and didn't necessarily pay a ton of attention to. But Daniel Snyder came out with the lie years ago that he went to the Native American community and they all said that they were cool with it, which I find to be a complete and utter BS. I don't trust Daniel Snyder. He shouldn't even be an owner in the NFL, man, for all the egregious things that he's done. And just a side note, I feel bad for John Gruden for being a fall guy for all these big wigs, man, because that's basically what he was. The only cool thing about it is he ain't got a trip because I think his contract was fully guaranteed. That 10 years, 100 milli, I think that was guaranteed for him.
really?
So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I have to look at it, but I think he got pretty, I mean, you can get a couple milli, but the shitty part is you can't go back on TV because they're going to look and be like, hell no, we're not putting this motherfucker on television. This is a nightmare if we put this dude back out there. But that's the key there. Like when you look at it, we have ball hawks too. I mean, Emmanuel Mosley has 5, and he's been out for God knows how long. Drake Jackson literally has 7 passes defense. So he has been batting the ball and giving you the Kimbe Mutombo finger wag. So when Drake Jackson gets in there, man, Taylor Heineke, you better put that ball as high in the air as you possibly can, because if he can't get to you, he's definitely for damn sure going to knock that ball down. But as far as their front four, man, give me something on them, Brandon. I know their front four is definitely formidable. They don't play no games.
Yeah. So let me get into it real quick. Well, homie is brewing up his biscuit over here. Give me their stats. All right, so looking at their defense, let's see. Man, you're better at doing checking out these stats than I am, my guy. But
don't ask Brandon to be your stat guy early in the morning.
Nope. I'm like half asleep still and stuff, but it's all good. But I do have to say, a lot of people are saying like, we can't sleep on the Commanders, and I totally agree.
Yeah.
I still think, even though we clinched the division as well, I still think there's still more to play for, and especially if Minnesota loses this week and we win, this is gonna be perfect example of like trying to get that 2 seed. You know what I mean? So, and then hearing the news about Jalen Hurts being out, that kind of helps us out too to try to get that 1 seed. I mean, that's so far, like to hopefully work in our favor. But if that happens, man, dude, having all home games in the playoffs, say less.
I feel like everybody is on that page, man. Like if we could get the number 1 seed, that'd be fantastic. I don't see it happening only because I don't see them dropping 3 games in a row. It's just not going to happen. And if they and if they're able to win this next game, we're pretty much shit out of luck for that. I honestly think no border sports. What's going on, man? He's just as bad as Joey, bro. He is just look. He popped himself in the face early in the morning. Man. He just beating himself up. I got him up too early, y'all. He's not an early bird. But yes, no, I for people who don't understand the reference, you know what I'm saying, Section Chocolate is from Coming to America. You know, that boy Randy Watson, he sang. I told you he sang good. You know, so if y'all don't know about Coming to America, you are missing out on one of the most fantastic movies that is known to man. It has been it's definitely a cult classic, man. So pretty much and all I think that was an all black cast too. I think it had a few people here and there, but mainly it was just pretty much black. Oh, he said
Mark
sexual
Henry.
talk to Mark Henry. Yeah, you took it way back with that one, Chris, man. I remember that. I remember that though, because I used to watch wrestling like super heavy. See Cowboy Angel know what I'm talking about. Randy Watson, that boy can sing. But no, coming to America Part 2 wasn't bad. It just it didn't have the allure of the first one. So I mean, you're never gonna top that first one. It's just not gonna happen. If you got Amazon Prime, you can watch Coming to America too, because that's what it's on.
All right, I liked it.
Yeah, it was all right. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I honestly feel like Tiana Taylor should get more of a role because she is amazing. They had Tiana Taylor. Now, this is another little side note. I keep getting sidetracked, but I can't help because I interact with the chat. So before the unfortunate passing of the greatest Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, they had him not in a fight with Neymar, but they were about to introduce his love interest from the comics, Lady Slay, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was her name. And Tiana Taylor was slated to play her. Now, when you look at her in the outfit, because they do have pictures, and her and the comic book character, when I say doppelganger, it is insanity. And I was like, yo, that's going to be dope. Like, I looked at it, I was like, yeah, she's perfect. And Tiana Taylor can act. Like, she is literally a multifaceted woman who can do all kinds of things. She can sing, she can dance, she can act, she can choreograph. Like, Tiana Taylor just be out there doing everything, man. You know, and I honestly love her and Iman Shumpert's relationship because I feel like it's real. Like, there's no lies, there's no fake shit in there. You know, some people, they portray to you this perfect image, and that's all you see is perfection and happiness, and and if you ever remember Zoolander when he was getting hypnotized, happy, like that's what you see. See, he's got the Zoolander face, but it was definitely great, man. Yeah, he did take too long on doing that second Coming to America. You are right. It took way too long for him to do that. But back to football. This front seven in general is fantastic. You know, I'm not gonna lie, man. These cats are super tough. They get after the football and they do some things. Their front four is what I'm really more so worried about because we got Chase Young coming back and he's gonna face Mike McGlinchey. Chase Young ain't played all year. He's coming off that ACL tear, so they'll probably have him on the pitch count. But it's not hard to have a simple pitch count against somebody like Mike McGlinchey when it comes to pass protection. That dude is definitely suspect. We all know and understand it, and it's very unfortunate that we have to keep dealing with it, but it is what it is. So when you look at their line, man, these dudes don't play no games. You got your Montez Sweats, your Chase Youngs, you got your Deron Payne. Like these guys are out here, you know, balling and putting up numbers. You know, they ain't no slouch. That's the one thing I can say, man. The Commanders are not a slouch when it comes to defense. And they have some offensive weapons, but their defense is where they really truthfully, made their name.
Yeah, and also too is the one person on offense that stands out, I feel like has been doing pretty well since getting shot in the leg is Brian Robinson. He looks, I mean, shoot, I picked him up on fantasy. He's been doing me solid
There you
past
go.
couple weeks. So that's another one to watch out for as well. But who's gonna stand out for you on defense for the Niners in today's game? Who do you have as your X factor over there?
To be honest with you, the guy I'm looking for to stand out on defense for us is honestly going to be Javon Kinlaw. You need to show me something. You've
Mm-hmm.
had all this time off. I don't know where a lot of people, Breezy came up with the conspiracy theory that Shanahan was stashing him for this period of the season and all kinds of stuff. At the end of the day, Kyle Shanahan's soundbite said it all to me when he was talking about Kinlaw. He basically said in so many words, and I'm paraphrasing, get out there and show me something.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you ain't going to be here next year. They did not pick up his fifth-year option, obviously because he's been consistently injured, and rightfully so. Um, but I'm thinking that he has to come out and have himself a game. Like, I need to see consistent pressure from him. I need to be able to see that when he's in, he makes an impact. He's blowing up a play. He's stopping a run, or he's bull rushed somebody. He's bull rushed a guard or a center into Taylor Heineke. Hey, what's going on, Cook Sports? So you want to make sure that you see all of these things occurring on a consistent basis. And at the same time, you want to see him get out of the game, be healthy. You don't want to see him wind up on the injury list. You don't want to hear anything about, something nagging or bothering him. I honestly don't even want to hear about him taking days off. Like, don't come to me and report that you gave him a vet day. He ain't a vet. He ain't played enough to be considered a vet. Yes, he's played maybe one full year, maybe a little more than that, but he's got to get out there and show us something. So for me, it's Javon Kinlaw. And then what about you?
for me, that's a good one. I'm gonna say Hafunga. I know the past couple weeks we've been seeing him, um, you know,
It's been a
kind
little
of choking
quiet.
in coverage and everything like that, and I think he's due for a really good game, and I think I could see him um, getting a pick, and possibly even making it into a pick six somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for that. But if I go with another one, I could also say uh, Ark Armstead.
Okay.
Ark Armstead. I think he's gonna eat today for sure.
Shifty. Good morning.
What's going on?
I could, hey, and I can see how you could say Armstead as well, because why? Kinlaw's back.
Mm-hmm.
So you lost Hassan Ridgeway, but you gained Javon Kinlaw. You lost Kevin Gibbons, but you gained Javon Kinlaw. Kinlaw is supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be keeping these guys on the bench in the first place. Um, so let's see exactly what happens. You know, okay, Demo as well. You do have some formidable receivers in Jahan Dotson and Scary Terry McLaurin.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a situation where you got to be very careful. McLaurin's got that speed. You could almost call that guy McLaren because he moves fast. And the one thing is that our defense doesn't give up big plays over the top. It's just not what we do. I think the last big play that we possibly would have given up would have been versus the Bucks, but that got called back, I believe, due to a hold. As
Mm-hmm.
far as that is concerned, so there was no record of us giving that play up because it got called back. So you just have to be very careful when it comes to these things. As far as watching these guys when they get over the top, I'm not necessarily really honestly when it comes to the Commanders. I'm looking at their receivers and I'm looking at maybe a little bit in the backfield, but not much. I don't care anything about their tight ends because their tight ends do nothing. They don't really use their tight ends like that. I think if Carson Wentz was in more, if he was starting, they probably would utilize the tight end a little bit more because he does like to throw to them. But I don't really see that being a strength of Taylor Heineke's. When you come and you look at it, if you're looking at just their passing stats, they have Terry McLaurin is by far and away the guy. He's already at 1,000 yards, but he's only got 3 touchdowns on the year. The guy that we have to be concerned about, if you're looking at touchdowns for them, is Jahan Dotson. He's got 6 on the year, and he's only got 338 yards, and he's only played 9 games. So that tells me this guy obviously must be like a red zone target, or he's always doing that. He might as well just keep the whole video, bro. Brad trying to make sure his hair don't look crazy. Uh, for me, man, Jahan Dotson with those 6 TDs, that guy is definitely formidable. When you look in their backfield, as far as their rushers, you know, you've got your Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson. Those are going to be the main guys you have to look out for. They try to use Curtis Samuel the same way they use Deebo Samuel, but it's definitely not to the same. It doesn't have the same results because Deebo's a monster. Guy is a one of one. He's an anomaly when it comes to how he plays and the plays that he can make after he gets the ball in his hands. But what do you think about their run game so far? Because they got a couple of guys. I think both Gibson and Robinson are over the 500-yard mark, but I think Brian Robinson Jr. has 4.1 yards per carry, and Antonio Gibson's averaging about 3.7. So it's not too crazy, but oh, damn, sorry, had to put that up there.
Yeah, I put it up there too. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Okay, that is very true though. Their O-line is hot garbage. Yes,
Garbage.
definitely is straight up trash. So we should be able to feast on them. But the crazy thing is, when the O-lines are trash, that's when we have a harder time getting to the quarterback.
Mhm.
It's like we almost get there, but we don't get home. But when the O-lines are great and they have some good people on the line, that's when we seem to shine. So I don't know. Maybe that's a sign that when Philly comes along, we're going to smash their ass, So, Paul.
I think we're also due for to getting more than 1 sack as well, because even last week against Seahawks, I think we only had one sack.
Yes.
I mean, it would have been 2, but like you said, that roughing the passer call was a bunch of BS. But yeah, their run game, I would have to say we do have to look out for. Like we all been saying, we just don't sleep on them.
Yeah, this is the game that everybody has been calling a trap game to an extent because they don't want us to overlook them. They don't want us to sleep on them in any way and say, hey, we can take, we can take a game off and relax. The only time that I would see us relaxing is if our seating is set, there is no changing it, and we're just throwing in the backups because we don't want to get anyone hurt. Plus, you can get these dudes some valuable PT. And think about it like this. Imagine this. Say we go into the Cardinals game. Our seating is set. It's not going to change. Nothing's going on. You tell Brock, look, man, go ahead, give your ribs a rest. We're going to throw Josh out there. Doesn't matter whether we win or lose this game anyway. No one cares. So you throw Josh out there. Possibly put Nick Zakelj in at center. You know what I'm saying? See how Jalen Moore looks at guard or tackle. Throw in Sam Womack and possibly Ambry Thomas out there. Let Tarvarius Moore, if he's healthy enough, get out there at safety. You know what I mean? Just mix and match the guys. And don't worry. Hey, good morning to Jay in the Bay. What's good? See, I got it. Hey, it's dope, man. I love it because everybody has a thing that they do for the people. I don't have anything specific for my people. I love all of y'all, man, and I appreciate it. Jay created that, and that's dope. I like that, man, that he's able to do that. I know Real Talk Niner Talk, they literally introduce everybody in the chat.
Yeah, with their soundboard and everything.
With the soundboard, they kill it over there, bro. They kill it, man. Shout out to Real Talk Niner Talk and the crew over there. So when it comes to the passing game, we got speed to deal with. And that to me is going to be an issue because I don't want Demo and or Mooney getting burnt. So Huff, keep your eyes out that damn backfield, man. I love you and I love your instincts, but stay out that backfield, bro. We gonna need your top on this one.
That's why I'm saying Huff needs to have a game today for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, because you don't want to wind up getting into those situations where he's peeking in the backfield so much that he overlooks, this guy running right past him. And it's just it's staying on your assignments, understanding your zones, and knowing when you need to double team and when you don't. Because there's been lots of times this year that I've seen our defense double up on one person, and I'm like, that person's
Hmm.
completely covered. There's other people in the area. Don't do that. And there's another guy just running free. And it's like, nah, if they see that dude, it's definitely gonna be crazy. Hey, yeah. To
You
everybody
too,
out there,
Jay.
man, if you celebrate, Merry Christmas to you. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, all that good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your flavor is for it, man, it's a different situation. But we do have to pay some bills here, and I have it right here. So give me just
Panama, how are you?
Panama Queen in the building. I'm not gonna do the music and everything because that's real talk, matter talk slang, and I'm not about to steal that from them. I would have to pay homage to them if I did that, but I appreciate it. I appreciate that, man. That's what they call me in real talk. They call me a light skinned assassin, and I'm all right with that, man. Um, But um, the holiday season is upon us, and my bookie is in the giving spirit with 12 straight days of giveaways. From odds boosts to casino chips to straight up locks. My bookie's 12 days of giveaways is a can't miss promotion. Starting December 21st and ending January 1st, you can bring in the new year right with giveaways that can help you fill your stocking with cash this season. Sign up in MyBookie, use promo code HIVE, that's HIVE, on your first deposit to redeem a bonus of up to $200. Again, that's promo code HIVE, HIVE, to claim a brand new deposit bonus designed for bettors looking to cash in and cash out quick. Experience sports in a whole new light and make this season a winning one. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. So definitely, if you are a gambling person and you want to take a chance on this game, definitely go to mybookie.ag, man. Take a look at the options. Find yourself a few parlays and whatnot, all that good stuff, and we will definitely figure it out. So
Yes, sir.
sorry about that. So definitely make sure to, what I'm saying, get out there. And if you are in the Phoenix area, if you are in Arizona in general, and you like vegan food, go to Instagram and check out the Real Naughty Vegan. That is a vegan company. All of the products are vegan. There's no meat, nothing like that. They do use soy-based products, and some of the stuff is based using jackfruit. But the products are amazing. The food is great. This is my sister's company. It's a opportunity for anybody out there to support a black-owned business. Naughty Vegan. Definitely go to their Instagram. Check them out. All the food is there. It shows you where they're going to be. They only do pop-ups right now. There is no brick and mortar, but they will be back next year. They're shut down for the rest of the year. Just due to the fact, hey, man, it's Christmas, New Year's. You want to chill. You want to be with your fam. So shout out to my sisters for getting that business up and running, but definitely at the Real Naughty Vegan. And yes, man, that's the whole point of it, bro. Is to be able to get you to eat some great food that tastes just like me. I can tell you that for a fact. I've
A lot
tried
of it does.
I've tried everything on the menu, and it is all fantastic, man. And it tastes great too. Like that's the number one thing for me. Like it's not necessarily um, you know, the texture, it's more so the taste of the food. And they have vegan ribs. We've got, they've got different burgers. They've got basically imitated seafood. Like it's all kinds of stuff, bro. But it's I'm telling you, Bashar, it's definitely well worth it, man. And it tastes great. And veganism is getting better because like at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie to you, some things I wouldn't try because I didn't necessarily care for the taste or the texture. But now things have been continually enhanced, and over time it's been great. But definitely go to at the Real Naughty Vegan on Instagram. Check them out. If you're in the Phoenix and Tempe area, definitely stop on by and check out a pop up. You'll love the food. Everything is great. And I'm a French fry guy, and I love the French fry. And they made their own seasoning for the fries, and literally every time I go and work with them, that's my payment right there. Just pay me in fries. So
there you go.
That's how it works. But back to the game. Now that we done paid some bills,
yes, sir.
Honestly, when it comes down to the full-on matchup, I think where we will shine is going to be on defense. I think they're gonna, give us a little bit of fits, probably a little early in the game. But I think once we get settled in, start to figure out what's going on, as far as who's coming, who's going, and the rushing and seeing how Brock Purdy is able to handle, the pass rush and everything that they're throwing at him, I think we should be perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I see us shining. The X factor for me in this game, honestly, is going to be the defense just in general. I would rather see them go out there and have a 5, 6, 7 sack game and make Taylor Heineke's life a living hell. I honestly want us to hit him so hard that we got to put in Carson Wentz. I want them to put Carson Wentz in because we're going to eat off of him because he's rusty. He ain't been playing. He's sitting on the bench, sulking. The only good thing for Carson Wentz right now is he's making a whole lot of fucking money to do that, to hold a clipboard. And I know that a lot of people malign Ron Rivera for that. It's different, man. It's definitely different. I didn't know this. So No Border Sports says, look up vegan cats. Some people think they can turn their cats vegan. You can't. They need some meat. Dogs can be totally vegan and be fine. I never knew that. I didn't know that. Me personally, animals eat meat. It's just part of who they are. That's what they do. If I got a dog, I'm feeding my dog meat. That's just me. It's just how I work. I'm sorry. It's in their natural, their natural habitat and how they grow up and what they do. So I don't think I would do that. But to each his or her own, or they, them. I don't know. I'm not even going to go on all that. But either way, Wentz wouldn't be trouble with his legs. I don't think he would be any trouble with his legs. He's too rusty. He can boogie if he needs to. I'm not lying. I'm not going to state that he can't. He can move, but I don't think that's going to be the problem. Jay, in the Bay, the O-line needs to win in pass and run situations. The Commanders' D-line is legit. Keep feeding Kittle. Yes, and that's the beauty of it, bro. That triple fake or that double fake and then TD to Kittle was that thing of beauty. And the first thing that came to my mind was, what do you think I was thinking when that happened? Jimmy can't do that.
Nope.
Jimmy would have hit the flat. He would have. He would have hit the flat.
Threw a pick.
Or possibly such.
Hey,
I mean, hey, I still haven't forgiven Jimmy Garoppolo for that comment that he had after the Titans game last year when he was like, yeah, I would have thrown the same pass again. Bruh. Yeah. You really tell me you looked at that play, saw all them Titans there, and you still would have threw the pass? Okay, listen to me, people. Love George Kittle. Great tight end. Awesome at receiving. Good, fantastic blocker. That's George Kittle, not Randy fucking Moss. You want to throw it up in triple coverage? You need a guy like Randy to get that. You know why? Because he would Moss all three of them. Mm-hmm. Randy would literally snatch the ball out of your hands when you think you have a pick if you're a DB. It's just how he works. Oh my God, please. Let's not even get started on the fact this man can't hit a wheel route to save his life.
Oh my God, dude, so bad.
So bad. But
hey, so quick stat, because Kyle actually was talking about it too in the presser. So Adam Schefter just tweeted out like at 8:00 on the dot.
Yeah.
Bad news for Seattle, which played SF last week, and Washington, which plays the 49ers today. Teams that have played the Niners this season, which we already knew the stat.
They lose. Yeah.
They're 0-12 the next week after they play them. It could be a coincidence, but we like to think not. The 49ers head coach said this week.
Yeah, man. That is
that's a crazy stat, dude. Crazy stat.
Crazy stat. I love Bashar's sarcasm here. He called him the truth.
The
That
truth.
is hilarious. I love it. But me personally, man, I say we win this game. I do still feel like it's going to be a defensive battle. I think their front seven is going to give our O line a little fits here and there. So we're going to have some help for Mike McGlinchey. Going to have a couple of chips, here and there, just making sure. Yeah, they are coming off a loss. They are coming off an L. And the beauty of this thing is too, as well, is if we win this game, we start to dim the light of the Commanders for possibly making the playoff. The NFC East is literally the best division in the NFC. All those teams are over 500 or at or over 500, should I say.
All those teams haven't really played.
Haven't played much of it, but I know everybody keeps saying that, man. That's the hard part there. When you take a look at it, their schedules have been very light, and most of the people that they play do not have winning records. But
What's up, Damien?
I can say this: I delighted in the fact that the Jaguars beat the Cowboys. I was
right?
very happy about that. That just made my day, And
Dude,
I know
for real.
Hey, look, man, and I knew that I had a feeling they were gonna win that game. I was like, this is why, I know that I did my game picks after the game, but I picked my team win or lose. So if the Jags would have lost, I still would have told you I was going with the Jags. I'm not going to give myself a leg up. Rob D. Art, man, what's going on? First time seeing you here. He says, need McGlinchey of last 2 weeks, not McGlinchey of early season. Yes, facts. We definitely do, man. And if the Hawks lose out and they wind up, missing the playoffs, I would laugh my ass off. Hey, Mellow Trucker, what's good with you, pimping? I'm had to meet up with that dude at the Raider game. It's be so many people out there, bro. It's gonna be flat out crazy, And I know that.
What's crazy about that game too is the fact that Raider fans are still talking shit.
Bro, I don't pay no attention to them no more.
No, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. But I'm just like, bro, you guys are nothing this year. Like, chill,
bro. Look, and the sad part is they have everything to win. That's the biggest problem here. It's not the fact that the Raiders just suck. They have the talent on the right. The roster is complete. There is nothing they need. These dudes could go out there and win some football games. They just can't do it. It's not working. I am so sorry. But if I had Hunter Renfrow and Devontae Adams and Darren Waller and Josh Jacobs, motherfucker, I shouldn't be giving you less than a 10-win season. Nothing less than that every year. Every fucking year. Listen to the names that I just put out there. These aren't fucking scrubs. These are top dogs at their respective positions. Behind Cooper Kupp, Hunter Renfrow is probably one of the coldest white boys in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly.
And then you look at their secondary is ass. My bad. I did give them credit. Secondary is ass. It's straight garbage. But it's weird. How does Josh McDaniels always go back to New England, find his way back there, and he's fine? And he winds up, making things happen in New England as the offensive coordinator. And Lord knows they need him now. You got Mac Jones on the side yelling and screaming, your run plays suck and shit like that. And I don't know what. Maybe Belichick's getting seen now because I have no idea why he still got Matt Patricia calling the offensive plays this football.
Bro, that shit was wild when I saw that. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, dude, you're going into overtime. Like, just sit down.
Why? When I saw the play, I was like, you're well into field goal position. Why would you do that? What were you thinking what do you think that was going to help? This isn't a must-win situation where you have to score a touchdown. You could have kicked the field goal and been fine. If I'm Bill, if he comes to the sideline, my first question, what the fuck were you doing? And I want cameras to catch me asking him, what the fuck were you doing? What were you thinking? Like, bro, don't tell me. And your first response better not be to tell me that you was trying to make a play because you had made the fucking play. That's the biggest problem. So not worried about the Raiders, man. And Raiders fans are gonna be Raiders fans, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing, if there's one thing that Raiders fans and Cowboys fans have in common, it's this unbridled confidence, even when they suck. Like I don't know how they are able to just be like, yeah, man, we're the Raiders. I know, but y'all record don't say shit. Nah, man, it don't make no difference. We still the Raiders. Okay. And the Cowboys have been saying they're going to win a Super Bowl since the last one that they won, and they haven't even got close. So, what's going on?
Yeah, I just
Like, I really, truthfully, I mean, and they did say CMC is badass. CMC is dope. And see, the reason, here's for anybody out there watching that doesn't understand why I say like they're cold ass white boys, because the league is like 70 to 80% black. So most of the cold ass players are black. But every now and then you catch a white dude that get out there and boogie. I tell you right now, Julian Edelman, love that guy. He's the toughest son of a bitch I've ever seen. He was a quarterback in college, by the way, people. He went to Kent State. He was a QB. When he came to the Patriots, they were like, nah, man, we got to turn your ass to a fucking receiver. You ain't throwing no footballs around this bitch. Look at him now. Several Super Bowl rings later and a couple of Verizon commercials and probably a few more things. Hey, can't be mad at him. Edelman is a good dude, man. He was hard. I might even pull out an episode, man, and just do like coldest white dudes ever. And to be honest with you, you want a real stat? Because I love DB so much, the man still has the record for most interceptions overall, and his name is Paul Krause, white guy. He was a baller too. He was a ball fucking hawk. And Krause played DB and safety. He was hybrid before hybrid existed. So, you know what I'm saying? It's flat out insane. But Paul Krause, yes, he owns that record still. No one has taken him out. People would think guys like Deon and stuff like that have had it, but nope. Paul Krause has got it. And I think, honestly, the second person in line behind him is Rod Woodson. I knew Woodson was a beast, but I didn't know he was a ball hawk like that. Like, I watched him, and believe me, he was cold, man. I remember back in the day they used to do the speed contest for the NFL, and Woodson won that mug, man. He was out there blazing. But the thing is, they had them running with these big ass shirts on, like the shirts, because it was the style back in the day. You know, the style like in the 90s, in the early to mid 90s, it was super, super baggy clothes. Everything was oversized. You know what I'm saying? Your waist could be a 29, but you wore a size 44 in pants. Why the fuck that happened? I don't know. But it was the style and motherfuckers was doing it. But yes, I'm dating myself, but this, it is what it is. But what do you see as the outcome of this game?
I think it's going to be a close one, like you were saying, Deon. I can see like maybe like a 21-17 type game, or even like a 21-14, possibly. I wanted to ask you though, for our backfield for today's game. We saw a lot of CMC against the Seahawks. What do you think Shanahan's going to do today? Do we see like 26, 27 snaps with CMC? Or is he actually going to spread it out with I know Jordan Mason's questionable, so we might see a little bit of TDP as well today. But what are your thoughts there in the back room?
I don't know, man. I think he's going to run CMC into the ground like he always does. Kyle gets real stubborn and he gets stuck on it. And anybody that's watched this franchise since he's been here knows that he gets real stuck in his ways. He does not play around. He don't want to switch. He doesn't want to come off of what things have. Yes, Jason Sehorn was dope. You know what I'm saying? Steve Largent was cold in the motherfucker too. You know what? Fuck it, man. Hey, Bash, I'm going to get with you behind the scenes, man. We going to put together a show of literally the coldest white dudes in football ever, man. We got to put it together, take a look at the stats and numbers, and show why these cats were some cold motherfuckers. Because I mean, it's rare that you see black people get this kind of love in a sport, but when you dominate it, that happens. Like the NBA and the NFL right now are dominated pretty much. They're predominantly African American. They are. But I'm telling you, man, you had shooters, bro. There's shooters in the league that you have no idea about that you might have forgotten about. I need to open your eyes and wake you up to that. There are guys in the NFL that were so fucking cold, that were just flat out insane, that you definitely, you hear these names, and if you've been watching football enough, it definitely, see, that's what I'm saying. And I don't mind showing love to anybody, bro. Like, I literally will look that up. I'll turn that into a stream where we pay homage to, the no names, the guys that are truthfully of descent from different places that don't normally get it. Like, I don't even know if we've ever had like an actual Indian play in the league, like an actual Hindu. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see if we had some dudes. I know we've had people come from, other countries, but I'm trying to find these guys, man. I remember a couple of years ago we had the running back, but he got accused, he got accused of rape, and he's gone. The Australian cat. What was
the one that we had?
Yeah. Can't remember that dude's name.
See, he's a one-hit wonder.
Heine, something like, I don't fucking know. But he was here for like a small period of time. He was Australian, first Australian born player to really play in the league. Like Jared Hayne. There it is. Mellow Trucker, my dog. Come through with it. Jared Hayne. Yeah. So and the crazy thing about him was, if he would have gotten his form better while he was a runner as a running back, he probably would have been a little formidable, but he stood fully erect, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. But for me, I look at it like this: the Glock is, Glock Purdy. That 9 milli is loaded, because he's ready to throw out some bullets and some darts. To Kiddo, IU, Jennings, McLeod. We may even see a little bit of Danny Gray. Hopefully,
yeah.
Never know. As far as the backfield, if it's Mooney will play. Anybody, Panama, anybody questionable will play. That's always how that works. Just every single week. It's extremely rare that you get a guy that's questionable on game day that doesn't play. But that all depends on the type of injury. I think Mooney will be fine. I think as long as he passes the concussion protocol, they're going to allow him to be out there. They'll probably just keep an eye on him, because the league is definitely cracking down on things. Here we go. He said there's no Arab Middle Eastern players, but none that were really famous, mainly linemen. There was one good wide receiver, Drew Haddad from the Bills and the Colts. Yeah, and Bashar, you being, your heritage being Iraqi, definitely, if you find any players that are from the Middle East,
let us know.
Hey, man, let us know. I want to put this list together, man, and pay homage to, the guys that don't always get the look, man, because they need to be recognized. And plus, it encourages children from those cultures to say, you know what, that dude made it, I can make it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you got somebody that's born that looks like you and they got that far, even if they didn't play at a ridiculously high level, they got there, man. They were the first of their people to be able to do it. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea Fred Warner had Mexican heritage. I just thought he was wearing the flag to be a cool dude. And there it is. Now you see it.
I feel like I'm the only one that knew.
I did not know. No, I had no knowledge. I thought Fred Warner was just your regular, average, everyday, light-skinned black dude. It's just some people, look at him. And see, that's the cool thing, like, because as people, we love to big up our own people. We love to claim our heritage and whatnot. And yeah, Robert Saleh, but though he's never played in the NFL, he's a part of it. Yeah, I don't think you've ever had a Lebanese head coach. I can guarantee that.
Big facts.
And the only minority owner we've ever had has been the Jaguars owner. What is his name? Shad or something like that. I can't remember. But either way, there are people that are coming to the league from all different walks of life and made their way. And you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Rich Katie, but he sucked. Yeah, some people come in, bro, and they're just ass. You're like, yeah, you just got picked up because you got picked up, And I'm gonna say this, and I want people to understand it. A couple years ago, we all remember Michael Sam and the situation he was in. Bro, the Rams signed him strictly for publicity purposes. they
Oh
had
hell
no
yeah.
intention of really letting that dude get on the field, man. Because he played admirably. You know what I'm saying? He was all right. He wasn't great, but he was all right. He was to me, I think he was good enough to be somebody's third string. He definitely was. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, yeah, Shad Khan, thank you very much, Cook Sports. Shad Khan, he is the only minority owner I think we've ever seen in the league, period.
Yeah, Michael
But
Sam was good in college, like Bashar said.
yeah, no, he wasn't bad. It just, I think I I feel bad. I really do feel bad for the guy because it was all about him being gay and in the NFL, not just being in the NFL. When that's what it should have been about. It shouldn't have been about him being gay and in the NFL. It should have been, hey, I'm in the NFL, I made it. But I think they used that so much and promoted it so big to basically put a shining light on the NFL, which I still have no idea to this day how the hell this is a nonprofit organization. These motherfuckers making billions of dollars a goddamn year. I'd really love to figure out how the fuck they filed the paperwork to get that going, because that was the most ingenious move ever. There's no way in hell you can be a nonprofit making billions of dollars a year. Believe me, if I tried to file and say I was a nonprofit and I was getting that kind of bread, the government would be like, man, you better pay these fucking taxes. Stop playing with us. Put your ass in jail with the killers. But yeah, I mean, you're right, throwback. Robert Saleh does need to wake up and realize that Zach Wilson ain't it. I mean, at the end of the day, look, man, I'm telling y'all, even though he's gone from here, and I'm glad he's gone, and I've been wanting him gone, Jimmy about to get paid, bro. And when he does, I'll report on it.
Jimmy going to MetLife.
Because you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell you right now, when he gets that money and he signs somewhere else, I'm gonna be the biggest asshole of all. I'm definitely going live, and I'm gonna tell all the Jimmy sexuals, hey, this is where he is. Take your ass over there. You
Get
loved
real
him.
with
You
him.
wanted to dick ride him. You thought he was the greatest thing. You think we could still win with him. You were mad. You hate Trey Lance. You probably pissed off that Brock Purdy is doing this well. Take your ass wherever the fuck he is and sit with that franchise in purgatory, by all means. Because I'm sorry, the dude just don't have it. I would really truthfully love to see him get to the playoffs and watch his stats be shit. And if that team wins, I'm gonna look at him and be like, damn, he went to another team and let the defense and special teams win him a playoff game again. I mean, it's just shit that you see. Willie Rodriguez, what's going on, man? Yes. Oh, okay. So Warner is Panamanian in Mexico. Warner's full on Latino.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. All right. Or in the new in the new times today, they call them Afro Latinos. When you pretty much look black, but you're Hispanic. Yeah, no, Panama said Jersey don't want them. Yes, no, that's right. And see, we're not gonna get into this. We're gonna stick to the Commanders because throwback. This show is coming. He's been here for all this time. I am going to cover pretty much at the end of the season. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look and say, okay, hey, these are the teams that truthfully could use a quarterback, and let's see where he would best fit. I'll have the salary cap situations figured out, all of that, because I do want to report on it because I'm telling you right now, he's going to get broke off. Somebody's going to pay him. Now, are they going to pay him what he's worth, or are they going to pay him more than he's worth? They're going to pay him well more than what he's worth. That's always how quarterbacks get paid. Mike Glennon got paid, people. Mike fucking Glennon. Does anybody know where Mike Glennon is? I ain't seen him. Ted Bradford robbed the Rams and robbed any other NFL team that he played for because he was going to only give your ass 8 games. His agent was a fucking genius. Props to his agent. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So those guys that broker those massive deals, man. Congrats, hats off to you. You do a wonderful job. Even if you're doing it for a person who don't do shit, you still getting a break. I mean, what do agents get? 10% now? I'm not mistaken, roughly around that. Maybe a little bit more. Depending on what type of deal you sign with that agent and what they're gonna do for you and all that stuff, man. I mean, shit. Look at Matthew Stafford. Never had shit on TV, at least that I knew of. I don't know if he did anything in Detroit. But magically, he comes to LA and he's the spokesperson for Little Caesars. This motherfucker got to Tinseltown to start making real money and start making money outside of that. Dominator, what's going on? Feels Purdy. Feels Purdy great, baby. He's put a spit on Jimmy shit. That's funny. I like it. I like
Hey,
it.
so we're gonna end pretty soon here.
Yeah.
Let's get your X factor for the offense since we got your defense one.
X factor for the offense, honestly, is going to be none other than Brandon Ayuk. There is no Debo to suck up all the targets. There's no Debo to throw to. So it's all about BA, man. I think he goes out there and shits on that defense. Him versus Kendall Fuller is going to be a beautiful thing to watch. I think it's going to work out well. But yeah, man, BA is the guy, and I want to see him get out there and get busy. What about you?
I'm going to go with. I'm gonna say George Kittle. I think George Kittle has another big game.
Okay. Kittle having 2 games in a row. I'm with that shit.
Mhm.
Go off. Go off.
I think it's his time to shine.
Remind all, you know, the beauty of that. And that's a great thought process right there. See, y'all don't even see what Brandon was doing. What Brandon is telling y'all right now is remind all these teams that are coming up for the playoffs. I'm still the fucking man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still George Kittle. I can move you against your will, but I can also catch touchdown passes and make you cry. So yeah, man. Yeah. I love it. I love every second of that, bro. That's dope.
There. And then you want to do your score prediction?
I ain't gonna do a score prediction, man. I just say we're gonna get the dub. That's how I'm gonna do it this week. We're gonna get the dub, man. And it's definitely gonna be a beautiful thing, man. We have no reason to lose this game. And plus, it's gonna be the greatest Christmas present for all of us. You know, in 49er country, we definitely want that as a Christmas present. Shit, I don't need that motherfucker I don't need it under the tree. I need it on the TV. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, give me that dub and let me be happy. And I guarantee you, it's gonna be a wonderful night, man. Because you know that's just how it works.
And then we all feel pretty great.
We're going to feel very pretty in the morning. Hey man, to everybody out there, you know, okay, there we go. Throwback had a prediction. If anybody wants to throw a prediction in the chat, by all means, 16 to 12. See, that's what I said. Defensive struggle. It's not going to be a walk in the park. I don't think it's going to be that easy, man. I think their defense is formidable. I give them a little bit of respect. Oh my God, that, bruh, can you imagine beating the shit out of the Panthers and going home to your little girls and looking at them and going, "Daddy got their ass. Oh, I got those motherfuckers." Like that's a dope thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Although I respect Trent Williams for saying, "Hey, you know, if you drive through looking in the rearview mirror, you're gonna crash." So he's basically, you know, that definitely was a slap in the face. That was a super slap in the face. That was a backhand. That was a bitch better have my money comment. You know, I like that. Jake Brendel. Yeah, I don't like your comments. Don't do that. Don't do that, sir. Not cool. Not cool at all, man. Okay, now this part right here, I didn't. He said 12 pancakes and a TD. Look, man, if we get busy in this game to a point where we could get Trent out there and he reports as eligible, oh shit, you know, the biggest issue. Here's the issue with Trenton trying to get him a touchdown because I know, did we ever get Joe one? I don't know if we ever got Joe Staley.
We tried to, but
I think we tried on so many occasions. That's the issue. When linemen report as eligible, it's almost just blatantly out there like this is where the ball is going. Now, what you can do, now just hear me out. There was a very large individual used to play for Chicago Bears. You know where I'm going with this. They called his big ass the Fridge. Fridge used to be a running back. Bro, you've already seen the small moments that get captured where he is just demolishing another human being. Could you imagine Trip Williams' big ass at running back? There's no way in hell he don't get in. I want that linebacker to stand in front of Trent fucking Williams and try to. I want to see the person that has the absolute mindset that they can stop that large of a human being coming at them with full speed. Like, I honestly would put Trent. I'd put Trent. This is what I would do. Okay, just to make this even fun. If you're gonna make Trent Williams the guy, and you say you're on the 1 yard line, you know who my fullback is? It ain't Juice. It's George Kittle. I put Juice at tight end because I know he can block. I put Charlie Warner on the opposite side because I know he can block. I might even put Mike McGlinchey in at fucking guard because I know he can block for running. And I just look and I hand the ball off to Big Trent and go, there's no way to stop the man. I have the craziest man in the NFL who's fantastically great at being him, which is George Kittle, because he's a madman when he's on the field. And you put Trent Williams behind. Are you serious? Imagine Trent big. And another thing, Trent Williams is very nimble to be that big. Don't believe me? Go look up his training videos. That motherfucker moves. He does shit that somebody that shy should not be able to do. If you put him in there, I'm telling you, bro, this is the perfect setup. I formation, Glock Purdy with the 9 milli loaded, turns around, runs past Kittle, hands the ball off to Trent fucking Williams. Automatic TV. If we don't get in, that'd be the greatest defensive stand of any defensive line in football history. But just could you imagine him going over the top? He's got the hops to do it, people. Trent Williams got hops. He seriously got hops. Like it's not a game. Like the man can get up off the floor. So that'd be crazy, man. That's the easiest way to do it. I formation, Kittle at fullback, Trent Williams at running back, hand the ball off, and watch the magic happen. I don't know if Mason is out. We didn't even talk about the fucking injury report.
The injury report. That's right.
Hold on, I'm looking it up now. Let's see. Let's find it.
They put it out already, right?
Yeah, it has to be out because the game is already here. Let's go 1 day ago. I'm gonna go with Niners Wire. They're usually pretty good about their shit. Let me see here. Give me just a second.
Because usually I retweet it.
All right, so out are the usual suspects. Jimmy, Kevin Givens, and Debo. Questionable is Kerry Hyder, Jordan Mason, Tarvarius Moore, Ambry Thomas, and Mooney. But I think they're going to be fine. Yeah, no, he's just questionable. If he can go, he'll play. But if he can't go, I mean, we're fine. We'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Trent's like Derrick Henry on crack because Derrick Henry is a load of a human being to bring down, and he has way more speed than Trent. But I'm telling you right now, that big motherfucker gets you moving. You are going at his legs. You have no business trying to tackle somebody that big up top. You just don't.
Nope.
I think the only person I can think of off the top of my dome that'd be crazy enough to try to tackle somebody that big is probably Patrick Willis. Because he just didn't care. He wanted to take on any and everybody. He can give a fuck. So it is what it is. But thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Mm-hmm. Definitely, I'm gonna get to work on that show about players from different parts of the world that came and were able to get into the NFL, whether they made an impact or not. Like the first guys from their culture to actually be able to do it, because that would be dope, man. I know we got the dude. I think the kicker in Atlanta, he's Asian. And he's one of the few guys that has made it. He's there. But the only thing is, I think we've only seen Asian kickers or possibly punters. We don't have an Asian wide receiver that's out there getting busy, or Asian, or an Asian tight end or Asian running back. Like those guys aren't necessarily there. So we'll have to take a look and see what's going on. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Merry Christmas to all of y'all, man. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate. Yes, South Korea. Oh, there you go. He is South Korean, Young Hoku. And he kicks the shit out of the ball too. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He's dope. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker probably does mathematical equations in his head. And then he's like, all right, if I kick it at this angle, but the wind blows here, and, the sun is set on this angle, and then there's longitude and latitude, and if I pick the grass up and it falls this way, but it flows that way. All right, cool. Got it. Boom.
Is that right?
And I know I'm just being a dick about it, man. But you know what I'm saying? He's probably a really smart cat, man. Okay. Vietnamese linebacker for the 90s. Okay. Yeah, man, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this, bro. We're gonna get this list.
Sure.
I'm gonna definitely do some research, get this list together, man. I'm gonna try to bring Bash in, bring you in if you want, Brandon. I might even get Breezy in there to see if he can find a couple of cats that we may or may not know about. Try to dig into those football historian minds, and see what we got, man. Because that would be a great thing to just showcase all these cats that have made it and just give some people some hope, man. It's always nice.
Yeah.
Well, you say, let's go Commanders and beat these bums. Oh, MG came to the chat before. I appreciate that, man. Because dude comes in, he talks his shit, and he's cool. I like that, man. Yes, you should have confidence that you'll beat us. Though it's misplaced, it's good to have.
It won't happen.
It's not gonna happen, But,
especially because you guys lost to the Giants. I'm just saying.
Yeah. In division game, you don't want to lose those. Got to get those W's there.
Nope.
But either way, man, MG, appreciate you stopping by the stream. Definitely, hey, look, for the post game, we looking for you, bro. We looking for you. If you win, come in and give me all the smoke.
All the ish. Yep.
I'm with it. I can't be mad at you. Thank you so much, Rob D. Art. Appreciate it. That's for me. That's for Brandon. He's got the Forever Faithful. I'm Niner Gang Podcast. This is simulcasted between both of our channels because we're brothers. I've known Brandon since I joined the Hive, and the Hive is my family. Those are my guys. You got the Red and Gold Standard Podcast. You got Forever Faithful. You got me. You know what I'm saying? We got Perry that jumps on every now and then. Sometimes we can snatch Chris Polo. We pull in everybody as much as we can. Yeah, we get, it don't matter, man, because I've said this before, I'll say it again. The 49ers have the most content creators of any sports franchise in history. I guarantee you don't go looking elsewhere. Funny thing, I would have thought the Cowboys had a bunch of them. They don't. They really don't have a lot of content creators.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? I would have really thought they had like a billion of them as much shit as they fans talk. I would have thought they had everybody named Mama there.
Right.
But, it don't work out like that. But once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, all that good stuff, man. And if you're out there, stay safe. If you're out there popping fireworks, be careful. Don't hurt yourself, man.
So before we head out, please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Everything to find us on is on the bottom of our screen right now, at least for our Faithful podcast. Same thing with Niner Gang podcast. Deon's also on YouTube, Facebook or no Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. I broadcast to there.
Instagram, and he's also on Twitter at Swifty. And he also has his own Patreon page too. So check him out on Niner Gang Podcast on that as well. And then I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. And then if you do the audio portion of the podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Joey, man. Hey, shout out to Joey. Yo, if you ever need your TikTok to blow up, hit my man Joey up. All right. If you see him in the chat, I really don't know how to say his last name, and I know I'm gonna fuck it up. Arredondo. Hit up Joey Arredondo. He got the Hives TikTok. Where are they at?
They're at 31.4K.
They're how much?
31.4K.
Yeah, that's 31,000.
He's doing mine too.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta keep up with him on having to post on my page as well, but he's doing a good job.
He's doing a great job, man. Oh, McLaurin, Dotson, Diami Brown, Commanders have receivers. They do have receivers all over the place. Here's the problem. They can be everywhere. They're just not going to catch the ball, or they're not going to catch deep passes. You can have all the receivers you want. If Taylor Heineke ain't doing nothing but looking up at the sky every 5 minutes because we just sacked him, what good does that do you? You don't want to put Carson Wentz back in there.
Exactly.
I mean, actually, I want you to put Carson Wentz back in there because he's going to be rusty and he's going to look like shit. But
Everybody,
yeah, is
yeah,
what it is.
you know what you can do.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone.
All right,
Appreciate you. Y'all stay faithful, stay blessed. Have a
yes,
wonderful
sir.
afternoon.